Joining me now is Republican Iowa Congresswoman and member of the House Homeland Security Committee, Mariannette Miller-Meeks. She is also a co-chair of the Pandemic Preparedness Caucus. Congresswoman, thank you so much for being here today. I want to begin with something that Rich Edson touched on, how there is some significant disagreement between the parties over how this is going to get paid for. Republicans wanting to use unused COVID money, but then Democrats making it very clear that they want, as Senator Bernie Sanders has said, progressive taxation. How confident are you that any sort of bipartisan agreement can be met here?
Well, certainly you have senators working on a bipartisan agreement, and right now their solution is a $1 trillion package without the tax increases. But then also in the background is floating another $6 trillion in spending, which would have tax increases with it. Reports are the largest tax increase since 1968. So that's extremely troublesome, given that we've seen the economy slow down. The economy was primed to take off as people got vaccinated. So it's very worrisome. And I think you indicated earlier the Monmouth poll, it's showing that the majority of people are concerned about inflation, and they're feeling it every single day.
How much do you think that inflation is playing a part in the conversations that are happening on Capitol Hill?
I think, even just a few weeks ago, they were not playing as much a role as they are now with the Monmouth poll, and then the recent comments by both, the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, and also then Janet Yellen. So I think they are looking at inflation. The Fed has signaled that they will raise rates, they say in 2023, but actually there are indications that they would raise rates as soon as 2022, and that's earlier than expected. And as you know, the jobs reports came out less than what was predicted both April and May, and in this upcoming month, we're also seeing slowing down. So very troublesome for small businesses, troublesome for families trying to get by, coming out of the pandemic. So I think that there is a lot of concern.
And in terms of timing, I mean, all indicators are that there's been some progress. Exactly what that means, we still don't know. But here is Senator Joe Manchin to a reporter's question this week.
When will you release the framework?
I think by early next week you'll have a complete framework. Whatever's been out that's not accurate, whatever you've been seeing, I've saw some things too that's not accurate. So the accurate one will come out probably the first of next week, Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday at the latest.
So if we're looking at a framework Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, how big a gap do you think that is between what the framework is and what a text of the bill would be?
So, a framework in the $1 trillion range that's been compromised between both the Democrats and the Republican senators is something that's workable. There's bipartisan support for an infrastructure bill. There's just not bipartisan support for a Democrat wish list, which is what they're trying to push forward, which would include tax increases. So I think the devil is in the details as usual. And so if they have a compromise of $1 trillion, but they're still floating this $6 trillion out there where there would be tax increases, I think that it's possible that negotiations could falter once again.
And hopefully we can get some of those details, because we are short on details right now. I do want to hit on this $6 trillion spending package that Democrats are floating, because really they want to go big right now while they feel they can. And Chuck Schumer saying that, they'll use reconciliation if necessary. It's their one last shot this year. But how much will that go toward any goodwill that's been built by this bipartisan group of senators this week?
I think that really undermines bipartisanship. The country has an appetite for bipartisanship where it makes common sense and where it's practical. But, when you think of what happened during the election, and their very slim majority in the House and, a tie in the Senate, which is, of course, broken by the vice president, they don't have a huge mandate. But yet their policies are, if they have a huge mandate, and then using both reconciliation and the threat of ending the filibuster in order to get things passed, I think is really going to come back to haunt them. But it does undermine bipartisanship and the desire to work together, especially on infrastructure.
Well, we will await this framework. Congresswoman Miller-Meeks, thank you so much for your time today. Have a good one.